Hello kids, how are you? In this opportunity, I will explain how to do the vocabulary and grammar exercises, okay? This week, you will be solving topic 9 from lesson 7 to lesson 12. So right now, let me show you an example of lesson 7, alright? Listen and repeat these words first. Inventions, accidental, assemble, calculate, creative, diagram, idea, imagination, improve, part, prototype, test, useful. Okay? Also, you will have these words in the spelling bee list, so be ready to continue practicing. Okay? Now look, the first instruction says, look, read, and complete with the correct words. So we need to use one of these invention words to complete this exercise. All the page will be completed with one word. There is an example that I did for you. Number 1 says, today we are going to be creative. You see, I am using this word here, creative, to complete the number 1. So this is what you do in lesson 1. Let's see examples of lesson 2. So this is the second page you will do, okay? And it says here, read and complete the table. Here we will talk about the past passive. In the previous exercises and in the previous picture in the Moodle, you saw the explanation of this, and also I will explain this in the class. So the thing you will do here is to complete these sentences with one of these options. For example, this is an affirmative sentence and it says, the first telegraph was sent by Seymour Morse. You see, I use was, and one of the words that you will always see when you see the passive is by. Now here we will match the sentences halves. For example, the cakes were made by the baker. Okay? It's only matching, you can write a number. In the next part, it says, rewrite the sentences in the past passive, used by only for a specific subject. For example, here it says, a teenager named George Nissen invented a trampoline. Remember that in the passive, what we do is to change the order. So here it says, this word trampoline that was the object now will become the subject. And the new sentence in the passive is, the trampoline was invented by a teenager named George Nissen. Notice that we always use was because this is the past passive and the past participle verb, in this case invented. So you will need to write these sentences in the past passive like this example I'm showing you. So this is all about lesson 8. Okay, we are showing examples of lesson 8. Let's see examples of lesson 9. Here it says, complete the sentences with the past passive. This is easy. Look, you have the verb cook here, and in number 1 says, the spaghetti was cooked by Antonio. Notice that we use was, and because this is a regular verb, we use ed, cooked. Now in the next part, it says, look, read, and mark the sentences. We will mark check or cross. For example, number 1 says cross. Why? It says here, hi, I'm Antonio and this is my family. We work together to get everything done, even dinner. Tonight my dad cooked the spaghetti. It says here, tonight my dad cooked the spaghetti. So, number 1, the sentence number 1 says the spaghetti was cooked by Antonio. And the spaghetti was not cooked by Antonio. We are reading here, tonight my dad cooked the spaghetti. So this is false. We put a cross here. Okay? Just that. You read the sentences, and then you say true or false. Now here, it says, complete the sentences with the correct words. Okay, we have some options here, and you need to complete with one of these options. For example, number 1 says, my friend and I decided to bake something. My friend and I decided to bake something creative and interesting for the bake sale. So I'm using here the word creative, right? You continue completing with the other options that you have here. And that is all about lesson 9. Let's see examples of lesson 10. It says here, read the timeline and complete the sentences in the past passive used by. We have a sentence here. It says 2.6 million years ago, Paleolithic people invented stone tools. So what we will do is to rewrite this sentence in the past passive. And this is an example I wrote for you. Stone tools were invented by Paleolithic people. So because we are talking about tools, it's a plural word. We use were and the past participle invented. You do the same in lesson 10, okay? You write these sentences in the passive. Now, lesson 11. Here, you need to complete. Also, it's completing with the sentences, completing the sentences with the correct word. So, for example, there is a question here that says, who did it? And number 1 says, Mira designed an amazing and creative invention. So, we complete writing one letter in each space, and it's a good idea that you practice spelling it too, like creative, creative. Okay, so all this page you will complete with one word from the list, and then okay, you need to discover the secret word because there is a question here. The plants were stolen by, so you need to discover who stole the plants here. How? By writing each one of the letters inside the boxes here. You need to discover who was the thief. Elaine, my twin Robert, Marina, or Dennis. So you will discover here, okay? That's lesson 11. Finally, lesson 12, the last lesson you need to solve for this week, says, read and choose the correct answers. You read the sentence. Number 1 says, when an invention is useful, it helps people in their everyday lives. So the adjective here is useful. So you will do all this just selecting the correct answer to complete the sentences in lesson 12. Okay? So that's all for this week. Remember to send a picture of all these pages in the Moodle. Okay? Also, we will be practicing in the Zoom session. Bye. See you.